6 o'clock on the dot. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being with us. We have some good news for the economy this morning due to a surprising jobs report. We appreciate you being with us. I'm Evan Irani, in for Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. These numbers are just now coming into our newsroom, and here they are, breaking them down for you on your screen right there. American employers added 528,000 jobs in July. The unemployment rate, it fell to 3.5%. The labor market continues to defy rising inflation, and even though the economy shrank in the first 2 quarters of this year, experts do say the strong jobs market is keeping us from slipping into a recession.
And we got 30 minutes before the stock market opens. We will, of course, keep you updated on how the market looks once it does. And now to our other top story. This morning, a judge could decide if a sexually violent predator should be placed in a home in Borrego Springs.
There have been many concerned residents who've been speaking out against this. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol live outside the Hall of Justice to tell us how community members are trying to stop this from happening. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Evan and Neda. This man we're talking about has a long and dangerous criminal history, including molesting and kidnapping young boys. That's why the community members, people living in Borrego Springs, are really concerned. This man is going to be living among them. That placement hearing by the judge figuring out where this man will live is happening this morning. But before that, that's when County Board of Supervisors Jim Desmond, as well as community members, are going to speak out against this.
Even if this person is a model citizen and never recommits, just their presence puts the threat and the fear in the neighbors' minds that alters their lives, ruins the property values.
Now, the man they're speaking about is Douglas Badger. He's been in state hospitals for nearly 25 years and is now set to be released under a strict supervision. First, there was talks of him living in Rancho Bernardo, then the Mount Helix area, but those communities fought back, and this morning Borrego Springs will make their case. 19 children live in the area, and the house where Badger may be placed is 500 feet away from a community pool. The 79-year-old's record includes child molestation and kidnapping, the majority of victims who were boys, all strangers to him. He served 5 separate prison terms, and he was last released in 1997 and again has been in a maximum security state hospital almost that entire time undergoing treatment. He's been diagnosed with a violent sexual sadism disorder and has been deemed likely to re-offend. We spoke to one mom who would be living directly across from the street of Badger where he could live. She has 3 kids, 2 of them deaf, which makes her even more concerned. So, of course, so many people, including this mother, concerned about this man potentially living in Borrego Springs. That placement hearing is at 9 a.m. this morning at the Hall of Justice, where a judge will decide where he lives. CBS8.com is a great resource for any further updates, as we will be following this case closely. I'm Dana Marie McNichol, coming to you live from downtown San Diego.
All right, Dana Marie, thank you very much. This morning, the San Diego Police Department says it finished its investigation into the alleged rape of a 17-year-old girl by several San Diego State football players. Police have not arrested anyone, but the department says that the case is now going to the district attorney's office for review of possible criminal charges. The girl says that she was raped last October at an off-campus party. No players have been publicly named. This morning, 6 people, including an infant and a pregnant woman, are dead after a horrifying crash in Los Angeles. This happened yesterday afternoon in Windsor Hills near Slauson and La Brea. CHP says a gray Mercedes was speeding when it ran a red light and crashed into at least half a dozen other cars. Detectives say at least 8 people were hurt, including 6 children and the woman who was driving that Mercedes.
This morning, monkeypox is now a national public health emergency here in the U.S. This declaration will free up some funding to expand testing and treatment. It also boosts vaccine production. The virus is spread primarily through prolonged and close skin-to-skin contact. It has primarily impacted the gay community here in the U.S., but anyone can get it. Right now, the U.S. has 7,100 cases. There are 59 cases here in San Diego County. And if you have questions about monkeypox, you can ask these questions during a virtual town hall today. It is being hosted by the NAACP San Diego branch and the Urban League. Here's the information. So county leaders and health officials will provide information on monkeypox. It all starts at 6 p.m. We have a link at CBS8.com. Click on the help button. You'll find it right there. And coming up in a few minutes, we'll verify if kids can get the monkeypox vaccine.
This morning, the federal government is pausing construction on new border barriers through Friendship Park. The government originally said that the new wall was needed due to safety reasons. Several local groups protested. This was a big story we brought to you earlier in the month because families on both sides of the border reunite through that park's fence. Advocates asked for a 4-month pause to find other solutions. Now, in a statement, the CBP commissioner says they've, quote, heard concerns about the project as currently planned, and it is important to be responsive to the local community on this issue. Advocates are applauding that announcement.
It's really a place of such incredible historic and cultural and symbolic importance that more and more people, I think, are catching on that it's not just any other stretch of the border.
The Friends of Friendship Park Coalition will meet in early September to discuss ideas for the future of the park.
New fallout this morning over House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. China is now halting talks with the U.S. on several issues, from climate change to military relations. China announced sanctions on Pelosi and her immediate family, but has not said what they are. The Chinese Foreign Ministry says Pelosi disregarded China's opposition to her visiting the self-ruled island, which Beijing claims as its territory. And now this morning, Democrats say they have enough votes to push forward the Inflation Reduction Act. So this bill aims to invest in energy and climate programs, reduce health care costs, and address inflation. Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema just agreed to support the legislation, so that's new this morning. Republicans argue the bill will not address the high costs of electricity, gasoline, and food. And now every home game, the Padres have somebody throw out the honorary first pitch.
And our morning team got the honor to do it before yesterday's game. Take a look.
Please welcome Eric Connors and the CBS 8 Morning News Anchor Team.
That's us. Look, we're famous.
Eric Connors and the CBS 8 Morning News Anchor Team.
All right, so that was the official video. That's cool, from the field. This is all new to us. We haven't seen this stuff yet, so it's fun. We were there, obviously, and it was so much fun. Eric throwing the first pitch, he did a little dance right before it, and then, of course, being on the mound there together was a blast. Thank you to the Padres.
Yes.
They really were treating us so well. It's so nice to us while we're on the field, and it was cool. Musgrove walked by. Will Myers, remember Drury was signing everyone's autograph.
It was amazing.
So cool to see. So it was a great experience, but my favorite part, you know what it was?
Ooh, what?
Hanging out with our morning team.
Oh, of
all
course.
Of our producers,
there we
our
go.
writers, our directors, everybody who works here. It was so fun to all be together, our morning show team getting out in the wild and having a good time together.
Oh,
and
that's
meeting
look at
viewers.
that.
There's Ruben. Ruben is a very loyal viewer, and he came yelling, and he's like, hey, Neno, oh my gosh, I watch you all the time. So, yeah, we loved meeting our viewers, of course, too. It's so much fun. So
it was amazing. I will say, being down there on the field, it really, when you're up in the seats and you look down, you're like, wow, this is a massive ballpark. And then you're down there and you're like, that's it. It's just from here to there to like run from.
But the mound 60 feet, that was far.
That's that exactly. Eric throwing that, we were both saying, we're glad he was the one doing it.
Yeah, he made it. He did good.
He did amazing.
Yeah.
Right in the glove. It was perfect. It was a fun day, too. Those clouds outside were joining us all throughout the day. They kept the sun out of view and kept temperatures a little bit more moderate, but it did feel pretty sticky out there. Humidity was on the rise. Today, we're dropping back down. We're drying out quite a bit. You could see mid-70-degree temperatures along the coastline, mid-80s inland, 82 across the mountains, and 106 for those deserts. There's all that wet weather that's now clearing out north of us. It was just along the Orange County, San Diego County border, and now pushing all the way up to the north of us. So a good portion of California is still working through those showers. They have a flood watch in effect. We've seen ours expire. We had ours yesterday across the mountains and deserts. It expired at 10 p.m. yesterday, and it was absolutely allowed to expire because we didn't see much of that wet weather stick around beyond that 10 o'clock hour. Here are your forecast high temperatures for this afternoon. 70s along the coastline, a high of 71 in La Jolla, 78 in San Diego, 84 in La Mesa, and 88 for El Cajon and Santee. We'll have more of the sun beaming through. We'll have lower humidity values, and we'll see changes come about as we go into Sunday, Monday of next week. But looks like today and tomorrow we're hanging out with those dry conditions, sun beaming down on us. It's going to be a beautiful beautiful weekend to work with. Fallbrook, a high of 86 degrees, 82 for Vista, and 83 in San Marcos. A few remaining isolated showers could hit the mountaintops this afternoon, though chances of that are still pretty slim. A high of 105 in Borrego Springs, 106 in Ocotillo Wells. View outside, it's been gorgeous to us. That sunrise, 6:05, sunset, 7:43. We're also going to, of course, get a check of your traffic as we start off your morning. So far, things are pretty light on the roads. Earlier were talking about a crash that had taken place on the 52. Looks like that has now been cleared by CHP. So previously, that number 1 lane was blocked for the crash on the 52 westbound before Santo Road. You can see how there is still a bit of congestion as CHP works to completely clear the scene. A little bit of yellow and orange that we're working with, but that is much better than the complete red, meaning the single-digit speeds out there. Looks like they're back to the 20, 30, 40 mile per hour range and improving there on the 52 westbound.